this is Ali. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, You in Korea is a channel for those who like Korea, who maybe learn Korean language, want to learn more about Korea. I'm trying to share with you guys my experiences, tell you something interesting that you cannot maybe find on the internet. So if you like my videos, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I'm always genuinely curious about, like, how did you guys happen to learn about Korea? How did you come to like Korea? Please let me know your stories in the comments below. I expect that a lot of people learned about Korea through various Korea-related content, like be it music videos or dramas or variety shows, K-content in general. Well, I did too. The same goes for me. So you who did the same, you would understand what I'm talking about. Didn't you have this like situations before when you're watching something with subtitles and suddenly the subtitles just disappear? And you don't know what's going on, right? So today I'm going to talk about words and expressions and Korean slang that confuses lots of foreigners. To put it simply, I'm going to try and introduce you to various symbols and abbreviations that are used in Korean language, especially by young people, that sometimes can be confusing to foreigners. Of course, there are just too many to fit in one video, so I'm probably going to continue this in the future as well. Here, I will just try to take the simpler ones and the most used ones for this video, so let's get it. So let's get to the words and expressions used by Korean people that will help you to fully enjoy K-content in the future. By knowing as many of those as possible, you are going to be able to become what they say in Korean, insa. What is insa in Korean? It's actually a short word for insider, but in Korean pronunciation, so it goes like insa. Of course, there's the opposite, right? If you are an outsider, person who doesn't know a lot, is not into the current trends, is called outsider, and in Korean pronunciation, shortened, it will be asa. Insa and asa are probably one of the most used slang words right now these days, especially on the internet, so please remember. Okay, so first let's look at some symbols that are commonly used in Korean variety shows and various K-content. These are basically alphabet letters, Korean alphabet letters that represent something. For example, this one, kik, is basically the sound of laughter. It's a letter in Korean alphabet, but it's the sound of laughter, like this. Same goes for this one. It's read as and literally represents another type of laughter. The first one was and this one is ha ha ha. There are many more, like you, for example. In English, we use tt when we talk about tears, right? In Korean, same shape, but the letter is called you, teary eyes, something sad. And this one I personally really like. Nin is no in Korean. Okay, there's a few more useful ones that you may use in the future. Like, for example, these three letters, 히읗 stand for a word 후덜덜, which is basically a sound or motion that you make when you're scared. If you say this about a price or some kind of thing, like, you would mean that the price is so expensive that it scares you. Next one is ing, means simply yes. When you pronounce it, it will sound something like And the last one is 이은지, means 인정, admit something, you admit something. Okay, now let's look at some abbreviations that are most commonly used in just daily lives. Like in English, we have well, TMI or ASAP, right? Something that we're all used to. Well, the same goes for Korea, but some abbreviations that are very clear and very easy for Koreans can confuse foreigners a lot. For example, like, would you know what is ah? I didn't, but it turns out it's just iced Americano, iced coffee. For ice and for Americano in Korean. So same goes for hot Americano. Hot in Korean will be 따뜻한, so 따 따뜻한 Americano, hot Americano. Any other coffee, do the same thing. 라, iced latte. Or 따라, 따뜻한 latte, so hot latte. It turns out it's so easy. This next abbreviation is very commonly used by young Koreans, especially on the internet. It can be so confusing to us foreigners. Like, the first time I saw it, I didn't hear it, I saw it on the internet, and what I naturally did is try to translate it, right, using the dictionary. What I got was nuclear jam. I was like, excuse me, what can it possibly mean? The phrase goes, 핵 jam, but it doesn't actually mean what it means on the dictionary. 핵 is indeed nuclear, but jam comes from another word, not jam, the one you eat, but 재미, as an interest or fun. So when you put them together, 핵 changes its meaning as well to something that expresses the highest level of something, right? So 핵 jam means so fun that it's practically explosive. On the opposite side, if you add no in the middle, it's going to be 핵 no jam, which has the opposite meaning, not fun at all. So I really hope that our channel is going to be 핵 jam for you, always. Okay, now let's look at something more interesting. There are some slang, some expressions that are related to love, which is very interesting to us as well, of course. Okay, so let's look at the types of relationships that there are. Let's say you are seeing someone, but you're not quite there yet. You're not in relationship yet, but there's something between you. In this case, you would be called 썸남 or 썸녀. 썸 literally from the word something. So there's something between you, but not something official yet. On the contrary, there might be no romantic relationships between you at all. In this case, you have to make an accent on this part. You have to stress this out. In this case, you will be called 남사 친, as in 남자 사람 친구, which means boyfriend friend. Same goes for girls. Girlfriend friend will be 여사 친, 여자 사람 친구. It stresses out the fact that you're not in relationship, but you're just friends. Funny, right? There's also one interesting word that is used a lot. It's called 금사빠, which means 금방 사랑에 빠진다, falls in love easily. There's a lot of people like this. Love from the first sight. In Korea, it's called 금사빠. Okay, this one is not relationship related, but this is also something every insa must know, because this is something Koreans really, really love. It is chimek. Chimek is simply chicken and beer. Koreans love to eat chicken. They love to have it with beer. So this word just was meant to happen, you know. chimek is chicken and 맥주 is beer in Korean. The same way, those who love to drink sometimes use the word 소맥. This is soju plus 맥주. So soju is traditional Korean alcohol drink, and beer accordingly. So 소맥 is when you mix Korean soju with beer. Well, you know, there's plenty more of abbreviations. You know, Korea is an IT powerhouse of the world. Everyone uses smartphones. Everyone types in quickly. So you have got to have these short little words to be able to communicate faster. This is how it works in Korea. Okay, so that was phrases and expressions and slang in Korean that confuses foreigners sometimes. I hope you found it interesting. What do you think? Are you going to become an insa in Korea right now? Actually, you know, knowing these little things can help you to learn a lot in the future. So I hope by watching this video, you can learn something new for yourself, and I hope that in the future Korean content, K content will become more friendly to you. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something new, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and leave your comments in the comment section. Request more videos, ask your questions. Comments are always welcome, and I will see you next time. Bye bye, 안녕.